Hi, my name is Ricardo Zeli. In mid-2003, while still a student of mechanical engineering, I started working in Iberdrola in Rio de Janeiro. At that time, Iberdrola already had dozens of met masts throughout Brazil, and several wind farm projects were being developed. In those days, there were not many softwares on the market focused on wind data analysis and treatment. Companies had to order a specific software or develop them internally. It was very common, and even today, the use of programs such as Excel or MATLAB that could be programmed to automate some tasks. It was in that period that I started programming with the goal of automating some of the work, making the job much easier and a lot more pleasant. It was amazing how a small computer program could reduce the chances of error, making everything much more enjoyable. From then on, I fell in love with programming and started to focus my studies on software development. So, what are we doing now? We are developing a software for wind data analysis. To illustrate, I will tell a small story that happened to me a long time ago, when there were no software specifically for wind data analysis at all. I was assessing the data from a meteorological tower and had to finish a report to hand it to my boss. I was working for several days and I was really late to deliver the report. First, I had to put together all the data files so that I could open them in Excel, arrange the data columns properly, and so on. Then, I had to apply the correct calibration parameters from the sensor's certificates. I filtered the data to exclude values that seemed to be inconsistent. I estimated the parameters of the vertical profile and extrapolated the data to the hub height. I filled some of the gaps using a nearby station that had excellent correlation using the MCP method. Selected a reference period that contained all annual seasonality. I assessed several historical data sources to apply the best long-term adjustment. Finally, I created a few charts with monthly average, wind roses, and other information explaining everything I had done. After finishing the report, I did an overall review of all the steps the wind data had gone through to make sure that the results were correct. Suddenly, I realized that I made a mistake in the calibration parameters, as one of the anemometers had been replaced and I had not applied the correct calibration in that period. I was in shock. I was working for several days and I was already so late to finishing the report, and the error had been made right at the beginning of the whole process. Several hours of work wasted. What I wanted the most at that moment was just to be able to correct only the calibration, taking advantage of all the rest of the work that had been done correctly. So, we are working with all our energy to develop that kind of tool. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.